Eno Extreme Media UJ. Subscribe for all updates.
Miss Phoebe, good morning.
Good morning, Madam.
That gentleman is going to ask you some questions. Please answer them to the best of your knowledge and ability.
Mwami yagenda kubako ebibuuzo byakubuuza era ogenda kuba obiddamu okusinziira gwe engeri gy'obitegeeramu.
Phoebe, I'm a lawyer.
Phoebe, mwami yagambye lawyer.
I'd like to ask you some questions.
Era ayina ebibuuzo byagenda okuba nga akubuuza.
But before I get these questions,
naye nga tannaba kubaako bibuuzo byakubuuza.
We sympathize with you.
Era banakuwaliramu naawe.
What you went through.
Ku ebyo bye wayitamu.
Trying to save these innocent children.
Ogezaako okuba nga okuma abaana abo.
I pray you get healing early enough.
Era asaba obeere ng'otereera mu mbeera ku ekyo kye wayitamu.
However, and evening, so Miss Phoebe, you remember you took off the Monday that you would speak the truth.
Yes.
So you are still on that oath.
Yes.
That you will tell this court the truth of what you know.
Yes.
Okay. Evening, Phoebe, this is how I will start. Will I be right to say you are the only caretaker
yandibadde mutuufu okugamba
in this school?
Yegweko omuntu yali alabira abaana abo mu ssomero eryo? No. Tinedda.
Okay. Who is another caretaker?
Muntu ki oyo omulala eyali alabirira abaana abo? Nora Namyenya.
Another one?
Ate omulala? Sarah Adek.
Sarah Adek. So you are three?
Kitegeeza muli basatu? One was off duty that day. Emu teyali ku mulimu ekiseera ekyo.
Okay. How many children are there in that early learning center?
Bali baana bameka?
Including the late.
Ku ssomero eryo ng'ogasseko n'abo abaana abagenzi. On that day, there were 28 from the vulnerable side and there were 16 from the daycare side. Ntikolo olunaku waliwo abaana 26.
Could you please repeat?
N'abalabe be balabirira abalala nabo bali 16. As I...
Okay, Miss Phoebe, help me understand. On that day, how many were they?
Kolo olunaku abaana baali bameka? 28 plus 16. Baali 26 ng'ogasseeko ne 16.
Phoebe, will I be right? Those are 44?
Yandibadde mutuufu ogamba nti awamu baali 42. Someone can calculate. Anambana.
Okay, I've calculated. In your mind, the 3 people are enough to take care of these children.
No, I think that question is out of place. That's not for her to answer.
Much obliged, my lord. In your testimony, that day you said the people who came to help you, more other two, including the security guard. Is that right?
Omujulizi bwe wayogera wagamba nti abantu ali bazze okuyambako abalala ababiri nga kwaliko ne wa security. Yes. Nti ye.
Okay. So in total you were 3.
Ekitegeeza awamu mwali basatu. Pardon? Ekitegeeza awamu mwali basatu. What? Abalala bakeyateekazi abalala bamaani baneegattako kubanga be baakuba enduulu ezayita abajja okutuyamba. Other caretakers came after and joined me because they are the ones who made an alarm.
Okay. By the time these other 2 people came to join you, all the 4 children were dead. Mu kiseera ekyo ababiri bajja okwegattako abaana olwedda abaana baali bamaze okufa. Nedda. No.
oba basalira
sis engeri gye nali nga ndigana n'omwami
I want us to go a little slower. Give her time to internalize the question and answer.
engeri gye twali nti nali ndikulwanagana n'omwami oyo
since I was fighting with that man there.
kati saasobola kumanya nti gundi yajja mu kaseera ki gundi yajja mu kaseera ki naye kyensobola okujjukira nti baavaayo ne bakuba enduulu.
So at the time when they made the alarm, was there anything to save with those four?
I'm not getting the question.
Okay, by the time they came to make the alarm, isn't it true the children were already cut, the four?
Mu kiseera bakubira enduulu kyali kituufu nti olwedde abaana olwedde bali bamala dde okuba nga babasaba babatema.
We were in the process.
Process of doing what?
That man was in the process of cutting the children.
Nti omwami oyo yali mu kikolwa ekyo eky'okusala abaana abo olwedde.
So you want to say that the three were present while he was cutting?
Kyogamba ekitegeeza abasatu baaliwo omwami oyo yali ng'asala abaana abo oba nga batema.
They were calling for hope.
Baali bayita buyambi.
That they were present?
Naye baaliwo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you remember when you said that you called the alarm, by the time you made the alarm was on the fourth child making, he was cutting?
Ojjeke wagamba nti wakubira enduulu nti yalwedi yali ku mwana ow'okunanga ng'ali mu mutemaatema.
Si kituufu.
That is not what she said.
I took leg. You remember on 1st April,
Ojjukira ng'ennaku z'omwezi lumu guno omwezi ogwokuna.
you said that person came at the gate.
Wagamba nti omwami oyo yajja ku gate.
And you talked to him
N'oyogera naye
while the gate was closed.
nga gate eyo yali nzigale.
Yes.
Is that the way you talk to the visitors?
Ye engeri gy'oyogeramu n'abagenyi.
He was a stranger.
Was a
Yali ayogera
stranger.
tamanyi.
All the visitors who, all the,
Mr. Kumuga, remember we are recording, so give us the time to record, then you ask the next question. Okay, I have recorded that she spoke to him at the gate.
Yayogera naye kubanga tamanyi.
is that the way you usually speak the strangers?
Ye engeri gy'oyogeramu n'abantu bwe bati.
That's why after interviewing him and knowing his purpose, the next day I had to open for him.
Okay.
Nti ensonga lwaki olunaku olulala yamuggulira.
The first time of interaction, did you notice anything unusual in him?
Omulundi ogwawe wasooka okubanga owuziganyako naye wasooka okubaako ng'otegeera ekintu ekikyali kya bulijjo olunaku olwo.
Nedda.
Okay. The second time when you were talking to him,
Okay, Mr. Kumuga, we are going to regulate your speed.
Because it's not writing. So
You please regulate your speed so that you allow us time to record. You are asking her whether she noticed anything unusual, and she said no. So you can take it up from there.
the second time when you were interacting with him,
Ate ku mulundi ogwokubiri wali ng'oyogereziganya naye.
will I be right that you never bothered to ask for his identifications?
Yandibadde mutuufu okuba nti tewasobola kubeera ng'omusabaako ebyo byali bimukwatako. Tewataba buvunaanyizibwa obwo omusaba ekyo.
Twabimusaba naye yagamba the next time ng'alese omwana agenda kuleeta all the documentation zimukwatako nezikwata ku mwana.
But you interpret what she said in English. But he said he would bring the documents when he's bringing the child the next time. That is the interpretation I wanted, because there is recording. Because she said it in Uganda, you bring it in English for purposes of recording of the court record.
The gentleman said that he will bring all the documents.
When he's bringing the child.
That you bring all the documents when he's bringing the child.
Let's proceed.
On the second day when he's coming back to the school.
That's not it. On the second day, when he came, they asked him for the documents, his identification documents, and then he said he would bring them when he's bringing the child to school.
So that gentleman, when he came back, he said he'll bring the documents on the second day. When he's bringing the child.
Okay, let's proceed, Mr. Kumbu.
In your testimony you gave here in this court, would I be correct to say you mentioned only one security guard?
Nti yabadde mutuufu okubanga agambye nti wayogerako wa security guard omu yekka.
He was among the first respondents.
Yali omuntu omu ku abo abaasooka okujja.
Okay. And that security guard was not at the entrance.
Ekitegeeza oyo security guard oyo teyaliiwo ku mulyango.
They keep on patrolling this whole place because we use again security.
Answer my question.
Phoebe, you will answer his question as he puts it to you. And the question is, was he at the gates?
No.
Okay, thank you. At the time when these children were out, will I be right, you were in class or you were in your office?
I was outside with them.
Do you remember? When that person paying the money, isn't it true that you are also in office?
It is true, I'm in office.
Okay. And at that time the children were out.
Yes.
Yeah.
When this person was getting out of the office, who first got out first? Is it you or that person?
He went out first.
Okay. How far How far is your office towards where the children were playing from?
Office yo n'abaana bwe baali bazannyira wali wenkanawa.
It is close.
Walinaaniganya.
Can you estimate?
Osobola okutulagamu wano mu kkooti.
Maybe from here up to the first terrace there. The first terrace around.
We can estimate, prosecution and defense and the assessors estimate and let me know.
Kingo kuva omukyala wali paka wali eri akumadaala.
Terraces we zitandikira.
Where the terraces start from?
20 meters.
That looks like 30 meters.
Is that the agreement of everyone? It looks like it seems to be shorter than 30. Let's, assessors please, just come and help me to assess this. Where she's standing to, and we should all be in a consensus of the distance. What is your estimation?
About 15 to 20 meters.
How many?
15 to 20 meters.
Bagambe obuwanvu bulinga bwa mita 15 kwa abiri.
Is that the consensus? Yes? Okay.
Nti era ekyo kye bakkiriziganyizaako enjuyi zombi.
Do you know the number of children who were playing at that time? That place?
Omanyi omuwendo gw'abaana abaali bazannya mu kiseera ekyo?
Anju abamu nga bazannya kati simanyi bameka bali mu lujja.
I don't know the amount. It's because some had gone for a short call and others.
Were they beyond 4?
There were more than 4.
Baali basukka abaana.
When you interacted with this man in the office, the headmistress, did you ask him?
He was the coordinator, not the headmistress.
Okay, the coordinator. Did you ask him where he resides?
Wamubuuzaako owa gye yali abeera?
Yatugamba abeera Buziga.
He said that he was staying in Buziga.
Buziga is big. Did he exactly tell you the place?
No.
Nedda.
Did you find it necessary?
Bwebakisanga nga kyali kya mugaso.
Since he had told us that he was going to come back with the daughter that day he was bringing the child plus the mother, we thought we would discuss that on that day.
Bakiraba nti baali basobola okuba nga bakinnyonnyola olunaku olwo kuba yali yabagamba ajja kuba nga akoma olunaku olulala ng'aleeta omwana.
So the question is, did you find it necessary?
Yes.
to ask him.
Yes.
Yakisanga kyali kya mugaso okubeera nga mbuuza.
So if you found it necessary, why didn't you ask him?
Actually, she has answered that question, that you expected to get better details when the mother brought the child the next time.
Much obliged.
Ms. Sarah, is there anything you want to communicate to the court from your client? None, my.
When you said that this man was breathing heavily, what did you mean?
Wagamba nti omusajja ono yali asanye, kiki wali otegeeza?
You asked me how he was responding. That's the only thing, he was breathing heavy.
Wambuuza engeri gye yali addamu nekugamba nti yali asanye.
Please clarify.
No, breathing heavily, she may not be able to describe that. You want her to describe? I think we can all understand how to breathe heavily.
Fenna tuba tusobola okutegeera engeri omuntu gy'abeera assaamu.
Okay, one last question. The gate of that school and the main road, how far is it?
Ekibuuzo ekirala ekisembayo ku geeti y'essomero eyo n'ekkubo lyennyini waliwo distance yenkanawa?
I'm not good at measuring distance, but it is not so. It is a bit close.
Well, can I say they were like 50 meters? They are like 50 meters.
Sinsi mulungi ye kubanga ategeera distance eyo.
I can't measure in meters. I don't know how many meters are there.
Can you try to estimate here?
Meters meka?
From our gate to the main road.
From where you're standing.
Ojja tuwulira ng'osinzidde okuva ago w'oyimiridde kati.
It can be like from here up to that place which goes to the Maranatha High School.
Ngambe kiringa okuva ano paka ku kifo ekyo ekigenda ku ssomero eryo.
Just behind that building.
Emabega w'ekizimbe ekyo.
Let's get to know the estimate of the distance. Have you understood where Maranatha is? Then you find out so that you're able to tell us.
my lord, we estimate it to be around 70 meters.
Kkooti bo bagambye bateebereza okubeerawo obuwanvu bwa mita nga 7.
Phoebe, you talked of the 16 children and the 28. Are they in the same premise?
Wayogedde ku bano n'abiri bonna bali mu kifo kyekimu. N'abiri mu omukaaga. N'abiri mu omunaana.
We are in the same premise but we have different classes.
Bonna bali mu kifo kyekimu lwakuba balina ebibiina bya njawulo.
So, those who were a bit old that time, how many people were attending to them?
Kwabo abaali abakulukulumuko baali bantu bameka baali mu kubalabirira?
Our age groups are almost the same. So simanyi bw'ogamba abakulukulumu baluwa bw'otegeeza.
I don't know when you say those who are a bit old, the ones that you mean.
Maybe let her clarify for us the two categories of the children. She said the vulnerable and help us understand that differentiation.
Bw'engamba vulnerable waliwo church egenda mu communities nerondayo abaana abava mu families ezitalina buyambi abali malnourished ne bayita ne tubateekawo ne tuba nga tubalabirira.
Among those who are vulnerable, the church gets them from the community. Those from humble backgrounds, then they bring them and then we take care of them.
Nitubalabirira
and we take care of them.
Era bo tebalina tebasasula ssente za mwezi.
And those ones they don't pay a fee per month.
Then ne wabawo category endala.
Then there are those others, another category.
Abazadde bo basasula kubanga bayagala abaana baabwe tubeere nga tubasigaza naye nga tebali mu project eri.
Whereby parents pay for those children and we take care of them because for them they are not in the other project.
Kyekikula ky'ono omwami category gye yali agiddemu okuwandiisa omwana we.
So that is the same category that this gentleman also came to register his child.
So at that time,
let's wait, Mr. Kumbu. Help us repeat how many were in the vulnerable group and how many were in the other group.
Ddamu tubuulira abo abali mu group eyo ya vulnerable gye wayogeddeko n'ekibiina kiri ekirala.
Abali mu vulnerable group bali 28.
Abali mu vulnerable group bali 28.
Abali mu category endala bali 16.
Then bali abalala bali 16.
So these children who passed on, which category do they belong to?
Bano abaana abaafa bo bagwa mu category.
Ababiri babiri bali mu group y'abaana ab'obuyambi, ababiri bali mu group eryesasula ssente.
Two of the children, they were from those parents who used to pay for them, then other two they were coming from the other group of the vulnerable.
So will I be right to say both groups it's you was attending to them that time alone?
Yandibadde mutuufu ogamba nti group zonna wamugwe yali azirabirira ekiseera ekyo.
During break time,
will I be right?
Yandibadde mutuufu.
Is it right or no?
Kituufu oba nedda?
It is right at that particular moment.
Okay. Tekituufu mu kaseera ako.
It is right at that particular moment.
Okay.
Abalungi abatuuliriza era abatulaba olunaku olwaleero tukyaddeko ewa Sheikh Asiraf Dembe.
Sebo sanyusa okubalaba amannya agange Seeka Asiraf Dembe akola ku bizibu by'enjawulo. Omuntu singa aba alina ebirwadde tumusomereddwa tumuwa amazzi ga lukuya nga bw'obadde ogalaba tugenda abantu ku kyoto ne twokya emizimu emibi egibabaamu n'okulomba edduwa. Abantu singa abeera ng'ali wano atuuse sobola okumulombera edduwa ne waba atatuuse nga mpadde amannya ge naye ng'ali wala. Neetaase enamba yange yeeno eri 0707763711. Nammwe bannyinaffe abali ebweru oyagala okuba nti oyagala okulombera ku dduwa ng'olina ebizibu viza zibuze amaka gakolongotana sente zikola zimpita mu ngalo ojja kumpeereza ekifaananyi kyo n'amannya go ebyo byokka bijja kummala nja kukulombera edduwa ojja kutereera. Olunaku olusembayo mu mwezi mba n'edduwa eyawamu ffenna n'abalwadde bange abakadde n'abapya. Salaamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.